They say the night hides what daylight refuses to show. But what if your own doorbell camera becomes a witness to something you can't explain? Tonight, we'll dive into 7 real and creepy moments caught by doorbell cameras where unexpected visitors arrived at midnight, and not all of them were human. Turn off your lights, plug in your headphones, and whatever you do, don't open the door. It was an ordinary Wednesday night in a small town in Ohio. A homeowner named Rachel was asleep when her doorbell camera alert pinged on her phone. The live feed showed a man standing completely still at her doorstep. No movement, no sound. Just staring into the camera lens. For over a minute, he didn't move. His hands were hidden in his coat pockets. Then, he raised his hand and gently knocked. The sound was too slow, too calm, like he wanted her to wake up. Rachel froze. She was home alone, and when she tried to speak through the intercom, the man tilted his head as if trying to listen through the screen. Then, as police sirens approached from a nearby street, the man turned around and disappeared into the darkness. The footage shows no car, no footsteps, nothing. Just an empty road. 2 weeks later, another homeowner, in a completely different state, woke up to the sound of his doorbell. When he checked his camera feed, a young woman was standing there drenched in rain, wearing a white hoodie. She was smiling, but not the normal kind of smile. Her lips were trembling, stretched too wide. The man asked through the speaker, "Are you okay?" She didn't respond. Just kept staring, smiling like her face was stuck. Suddenly, the camera feed glitched, and in one frame, she was closer. One more glitch even closer, until her face filled the camera completely. The feed cut off. When the homeowner stepped outside minutes later, no footprints, no person, not even rain where she stood. Just silence. And that same smile burned into his mind for weeks. A man named Ethan worked late shifts and often came home past midnight. One night, his doorbell camera detected movement while he was still at work. The live feed showed what looked like a shadowy figure tapping on his front door, but there was no one visible. Each tap was perfectly spaced. 1, 2, 3, then silence. The motion sensor triggered again this time. The tapping came from the window near the door. But the camera showed nothing but darkness. When Ethan finally arrived home, the glass near his door was covered in fingerprints, but not human-sized. They were smaller, almost childlike. The police reviewed the footage, but the recording after midnight? Completely missing. Only the sound of tapping remained. Lena lived alone after moving into her new apartment complex. One night, she heard the doorbell ring twice. The camera feed showed a hooded man, standing just beyond the porch light, his face completely hidden. When she used the intercom and said, "Who is it?" the man whispered her first name. Not her last name, not her address, her first name. "Lena," he said softly. "You left the door unlocked." Panic froze her. She ran to check the door was unlocked. She slammed it shut and dialed 911. But when officers arrived minutes later, the porch was empty. No man, no footprints. And the doorbell footage? Just a frozen image of the hooded figure whispering into the mic. Ben, a delivery driver, often received late-night package alerts. But one night, he got a notification from his doorbell camera showing someone leaving a box on his porch. The person wore a delivery uniform but had no visible face under the cap. When Ben opened the door seconds later, the box was gone. He rewound the footage and saw the man pick the box up again, but in reverse motion, like the video was playing backward. The timestamp didn't move. It was still 3:02 a.m. He reported it to the company, no deliveries logged, no drivers scheduled. And each night since then, at 3:02 a.m., his doorbell camera would send a new notification, but no video. Just the sound of a box being set down and picked up again. Sandra had recently installed her doorbell camera facing a large glass door. Around midnight, the motion sensor triggered. The footage showed no one, but in the reflection of the glass, a tall man was standing behind her inside the house. She turned to look, nothing was there. The reflection on the footage, however, showed the man still standing there, staring toward the door. Police found no signs of entry. But every time she played the clip, the reflection appeared a few seconds earlier, moving closer to the lens each time. After that, Sandra covered her glass door with curtains. But even now, her camera sometimes flickers, and the reflection appears without her even being home. In the final clip, a couple from Arizona shared footage of their doorbell ringing every night at midnight. The strange part? No one was there, not once. One night, they decided to stay awake and watch from their window. As the clock hit 12, the doorbell rang, and right before it did, the camera feed froze for 3 seconds, showing a faint human outline at the edge of the frame. The shape didn't move, didn't breathe, but the bell kept ringing until 12:03, when the power in the house went out. Whether these moments are real or glitches in the digital eye of a camera, one thing's for sure: the night never knocks without reason. Next time your doorbell rings at midnight, think twice before checking the feed, because sometimes it's not someone outside. It's something that's already watching from within. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these chilling encounters, remember to hit that subscribe button. And whatever you do, don't open the door tonight